10 animals with interesting digestive systems. The animal kingdom boasts a variety of fascinating digestive systems, ranging from the weird and disgusting to the downright amazing. Some of these systems offer valuable insights for humans, including potential solutions for generating eco-friendly fuel sources. Whether it's stomach-ejecting sea creatures or rock-swallowing birds, let's take a closer look at 10 of the most intriguing digestive systems found in nature. Number 10. Pufferfish. The pufferfish has a unique evolutionary adaptation that allows it to inflate its stomach with salt water when threatened, instantly increasing its size and deterring predators. However, this raises the question of how pufferfish are able to digest food. It turns out that pufferfish have lost one of the sphincters responsible for holding food and gastric acids within the stomach, which is necessary for rapid stomach inflation. As a result, the stomachs of pufferfish have evolved to become defensive organs rather than digestive ones. Despite this, the rest of the pufferfish's digestive system has adapted to compensate for this change. The intestines and rectum have taken on the role of secreting acids, essentially acting as a substitute stomach to digest food. This is just one example of the fascinating ways in which animals have adapted to survive in their environments. Number 9. Swell sharks. The swell shark is another fascinating aquatic creature that has the ability to expand its stomach when threatened. Unlike some of its more dangerous shark relatives, the swell shark is a relatively docile species that inhabits shallow waters in the Pacific Ocean. When under attack, these sharks quickly swallow large amounts of water, which doubles their size and gives them a strange, alien-like appearance. However, this mechanism isn't just for show. By curving and puffing their bodies, swell sharks make it much more difficult for predators to inflict a fatal bite. This is just one example of the many unique and effective defense mechanisms that animals have developed to survive in their environments. Swell sharks differ from pufferfish in that they have operational stomachs. Patricia Ferredra, Dr. Philosophiae. Candidate is Universiteta Ulfrida Lor v Kanade Obnaruzel. Situ edi oculi verabativo zeludochnu kislotu I situ Eurovan phv e zeludka snizetsa. Kogda oni natavutsa. Situ ukazivat natu. Situ solana voda mozit vliana Eurovan kislotnosti. Although a recently inflated shark may have difficulty digesting food, its stomach likely returns to normal function after a brief period. The reason why some species with stomach inflating abilities have functional stomachs while others do not may be related to how frequently the animal expands its stomach to deter predators. Ferreira suggests that pufferfish inflate their stomachs much more frequently than other swelling species like swell sharks, making the loss of stomach function a worthwhile trade-off. Number 8. Platypus. The platypus is an unusual creature that was initially believed to be a hoax by scientists. Despite being a mammal, this peculiar animal lays eggs and has a bird-like bill. It produces milk for its young, even though it lacks nipples, by secreting it through its skin. The platypus's oddity extends to its digestive system, which lacks a stomach, unlike most vertebrates. Instead, its gullet connects directly to its intestines. Scientists are unsure why the platypus and its closest relative, the echidna, evolved to lose an essential part of most mammalian digestive systems. According to genome research, the platypus has also lost genes responsible for producing pepsinogen, a digestive enzyme generated by the stomach. The reason for this evolutionary change is not entirely clear, but it is believed that alterations to the diet of the platypus's ancestors made pepsinogen unnecessary. Number 7. Sekolina barnacles. The Sekolina barnacle is a parasite that can be compared to zombies in horror movies. These slug-like parasites attach themselves to crabs and spread finger-like rootlets throughout the host's body to extract nutrients and consume them from the inside out. It is not clear how the barnacles transport nutrients from their rootlets to the rest of their bodies, but it is believed that the rootlet membranes can convert carbohydrates into fats. Interestingly, these barnacles attach themselves to the space typically reserved for eggs on a female crab's abdomen. The crab then cares for the parasite, flushing it with salt water as if it were its own eggs. Meanwhile, male crabs experience endocrine changes that render them infertile, causing them to start nurturing the barnacle. In both cases, the crab continues to scavenge for food but cannot grow or digest its meals as it provides a constant supply of nutrients to the parasite. Number 6. Sea cucumber. The unassuming sea cucumber may not be the most visually appealing creature, but it possesses a remarkable defense mechanism. It can eviscerate itself to protect against predators. When threatened, the sea cucumber expels its digestive system from either its anus or mouth, depending on the species. This action covers the predator in entrails, disorienting it and allowing the sea cucumber to escape. However, self-evisceration does not necessarily result in the sea cucumber's demise. Sea cucumbers have respiratory systems connected to their anuses that enable them to absorb oxygen and organic compounds. These compounds allow the creature to survive while it regenerates its digestive system. The sea cucumber then begins to grow regenerative tissue at both ends of the digestive tract, which eventually join to form a new tube. Number 5. Ostriches. Ostriches have no teeth, so they swallow sharp stones and grit to compensate. These pebbles, known as gastroliths, are stored in the ostrich's gizzard to help break up food and facilitate digestion. The gizzard is a muscular part of the stomach that squeezes the gastroliths and food together, similar to a sink garbage disposal unit. When the stones become smooth, the ostrich regurgitates them and replaces them with new ones. While ostriches are not the only animals to use gastroliths to aid digestion, the amount of gastroliths in an ostrich's stomach is impressive. Gastroliths can make up to half of an ostrich's stomach contents, and these stones account for approximately 1% of the bird's total body weight. Considering that an adult ostrich can weigh up to 320 pounds, 145 kilograms, the largest specimens can carry over 3 pounds, 1.4 kilograms, of stones in their stomachs. Number 4. Termites. Discovering termites in your garden is seldom a pleasant experience, but recent research on termite digestion could change the way we view these cockroach-like creatures. Falk Warnick, a member of the U.S. Department of Energy's Joint Genome Institute's research team, gained recognition in the scientific community in 2008 for his research on how termites transform cellulose into energy. Termites' digestive tracts contain unique microbe colonies that enable them to break down tough cellulose and produce ethanol. Although scientists can replicate this process in the laboratory, creating the necessary enzymes is prohibitively expensive. Researchers like Warnick believe that using enzymes from termites could one day lead to the development of eco-friendly biofuels made from plants. Number 3. Starfish. For starfish, every mealtime begins with extending their stomachs out of their mouths. The stomach then engulfs any edible parts of the prey, even inserting itself inside shells if necessary. Finally, the stomach retracts into the mouth, taking the semi-digested, soup-like food with it. This process is already quite strange. However, it gets even weirder as it turns out that the hormone responsible for sexual reproduction in humans triggers feeding behavior in starfish. Researchers from Queen Mary University of London discovered that injecting starfish with oxytocin, also known as the love hormone, caused them to eject their stomachs. This knowledge could help scientists develop methods to prevent starfish from overfeeding on endangered coral. Number 2. Hagfish. When your primary source of nutrition involves burying yourself in dead animals, absorbing nutrients through your skin can be incredibly useful. This is where the hagfish comes in, a primitive, tube-shaped fish that scavenges for food on the ocean floor. While not the most attractive creature, the hagfish is an impressive example of an animal's digestive system evolving to suit its feeding habits perfectly. Scientists have long suspected that hagfish can absorb nutrients through their gills. In 2011, researchers confirmed this theory, discovering that hagfish can absorb amino acids through their skin and gills in addition to their internal digestive systems. This makes hagfish unique among vertebrates and seems logical given their feeding habits. When food is scarce, and competition for a meal is fierce, increasing the surface area available makes it easier to obtain the necessary nutrients for survival. Number 1. Lithirado Abantanica. The Lithirado Abantanica is a recently discovered type of shipworm, and scientists are still trying to unravel the mysteries of its eating habits. Unlike other shipworms that feed on wood, the cellulose digesting abilities of which could be used to create biofuels, the Lithirado Abantanica uses its shovel-like shell to bore through rock. These worm-like clams were found in the Abitan River in the Philippines in 2018. It is unclear why they consume rocks, and whether they derive any nutritional value from this activity is unknown. However, they play a crucial role in the river ecosystem by creating holes up to 2 feet deep that serve as habitats for numerous species. Thanks for watching.